Hi, Jonathan York, Bay Financial Partners, looking at investment markets. They say a week is a long time in politics, but certainly quite a long time in the financial markets as well. If you look back over the last week, you've seen quite a few major developments. Firstly, the data coming out of the US, non-farm payrolls were 275,000. That compares with the previous reading of only 35,000. So the US economy clearly still on track, creating lots of new jobs and really pretty decent growth going forward. You've also seen a result come through in the UK leadership. You've got a new Prime Minister about to take the helm there and lead the country through its Brexit. Brexit hasn't been diminished at all, but you've now got a new set of hands leading the exit from the EU. Also, as well in Australia, you've seen a confirmation that Malcolm Turnbull has managed to win the election. So the markets are really taking quite a bit of the uncertainty out of the equation. Now, on the back of that, you've seen US equity markets pushing through now to sort of lifetime highs, or just below lifetime highs. But really, equity markets still looking pretty reasonable shape when you compare with bond yields. They are sort of low, sort of 1 to 2%. Certainly globally, you're still seeing some reasonable equity yields going through, and certainly here in New Zealand and Australia, you're seeing some pretty decent yields. As a lot of these ETFs are now coming through and searching for yield down here in New Zealand. They were looking for 4%, now anywhere sort of above 3%. It seems a pretty good buying. In the UK, you've still got Brexit, and that's not going to go away overnight. But what you have cleared away is some of the uncertainty. Now you've seen Theresa May that will be installed as the new Prime Minister. David Cameron will step aside, and that then sets a clear path for the UK to be able to follow, to sort of invoke Article 50 and then begin the process of Brexit. And it's now going to be interesting to see how the markets react. Certainly, in the moment, it seems pretty favourable once Theresa May was announced as the only runner there for the leader of the Conservative Party, and obviously the new Prime Minister. Certainly, sterling improved on the currency markets, and also the FTSE market improved quite a bit as well. A little bit closer to home, it looks like Malcolm Turnbull has got enough for a very slim majority in Parliament. And again, that just takes away a little bit of the uncertainty out there. And again, the Australian economy is, while not sort of booming along, is still pushing along at a pretty reasonable rate. So, as sort of discussed, that really just takes away some of the uncertainty. It doesn't clear up all of the issues out there, but it does clear away some of the uncertainty. We can now start to focus on the sort of real-time data coming through, which certainly, say, from the US is looking still reasonably strong, and you would expect a rate increase from the US before year end. Even seen a little bit of improvement in oil as well. It's now going to be interesting to see if that can get back above the sort of $50 a barrel. Closer to home here in New Zealand, it's still a pretty tough time out there for savers. Bank term deposit rates are sort of falling pretty much all the time. As you've got this low interest rate environment. What it does sort of look like now is that the Reserve Bank is probably on hold for the next sort of couple of months. That might give sort of savers a little bit of sort of respite. But as discussed, there have been still many options out there in terms of sort of income generating assets. And if you're interested in discussing those, call us on 0800 867 323 or go to the website www.bayfinancialpartners.co.nz for lots of interesting articles, and we look forward to speaking to you soon.